Alright, so with the advent of shelters reaching the PTS, I wanted to do a video showing off the first one of these. Um, so I put together a quick little base here. As we can see, it's just a little mining concern here out underneath one of the pylons near the Camp McClintock. We got ourselves a little shack. Old man, who's apparently a synth, since I got two of him somehow in the camp. But what we really want to look at is back here. So shelters are now available under their own tab. You have three options. We have the utility room, the atrium, and the lobby. You can also create them using this giant thing, which I will do another video on because these are only available for the atrium and the lobby, and really only make sense for the lobby. What we're showing off today is the utility room. This is the smallest of them and will be the one for free. So as you can see, you can just place them down. There's no limit to the number you can place, but they all connect to the same one. And once you go up to it, so as you can see, once you zone into this little entranceway. It does have this little door section here, but there's no door to interact with, and there's no door on your build menu that matches this. So that was a little annoying, but since you can free float stuff, you can come down here and select walls. So you can see it will clip to areas. It's locking in place there. Kind of weird areas, to be honest. But you can take this as well and just, you don't need a base like outside of it, and just stick it against here, and then you can add your own doorway. Then once you go through this little entryway, you'll see you have this massive room to work with, and the build budgets on these are extreme. They also have some cool effects, so you can see over here the little sparking. There's drips coming out of the piping, making these puddles. This vent over here, you can see there's actually steam or air or something coming out of it. So it is very, very colorful and very cool looking, and also quite big, especially for the free one. Just like in the other room, you can clip your wall sections in here so you can build stuff and just make, little extra shelters and whatnot. So there is a lot of stuff you can do in here. You will notice there's a lot of stuff disabled as well. I'll kind of go over that in the later half of this. Also, there's no built-in power. So if I come in here and select a power conduit and slap it to the wall, you'll see that there's no power coming off of it. It's not lit up. So you do have to have a generator in order to put it. So you're going to have to power up your rooms so that you can see the light comes on. It would be nice if they'd incorporated pulling power out of these boxes or something, but not yet. So we're going to have various power devices. I imagine the Voltec experimental generator is going to get used a lot since it has no noise and would fit better rather than having one of these chug along. But yeah, so pretty big, pretty expansive. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with the build space. Alright, so here we can see my utility room build. This is meant to be a kind of wasteland doctor that's taken over. You can see I have a lot of stuff scattered around, some turrets, because, angry customers need to be dealt with. We've got our little receptionist area, storage for anyone bringing weapons in, our waiting room, facilities. So this is just the utility room's entrance. You can see you can slap up the existing walls wherever you want. So this is basically, you don't have a door for the official door spot here yet, which is right here. So I'm hoping they'll add that in. So the first thing as you move into the doctor's area is we got a little sealed environment for our radiation removal. Got that wired up to a switch just in case, you know, someone's a bloodied build and doesn't want to use it. Then coming in, you can see we got my generator, little crafting area here, bunches of shelves, random crap. You can see how much stuff we put out here. And I'm only using 2/3 to 3/4 of the build volume right now because I've kind of just run out of things to put out. There's not, you know, you don't have access to your full atomic shop items, so you know, you can see a lot of those red toolboxes scattered around. Yep, and so here we have the doctor's experiments. All these rooms where he's been keeping people. A little cooking area for him, his little personal area. Obviously he's been experimenting with these plants. If an experiment goes wrong, however, we can deal with it. But yeah, so as you can see, even though this is the smallest, it's still huge. And, you know, this is the one that comes for free. I think a lot of people have been talking about how one's coming for free, one's tied to Fallout first, and then the other is Atom Shop. And that's in order of ascending size, so free is the smallest, Fallout first gets the medium, and then Atom Store gets the large. And quite frankly, I think for free, this is a great addition, especially with the build volume. I do have some complaints. Your resources are disabled, so you can't lay down anything like that. It won't let you put companions into them either. I don't know if it's going to be disabled in the full version or not, but as of right now, you're also disabled for your displays. So if I had access to displays, I could easily max out the volume, I think. So no displays, no water, no food, which is a shame since you can lay down flooring, which you can see here in the lobby area. I put down the wood flooring just because I was experimenting with throwing stuff down. So it'd be nice to be able to throw down the dirt tile, farmable tiles you get from Foundation, and then use those to plant crops and stuff within a vault. Especially since we have access to the walls and stuff, so we have access to these greenhouses, so you could build interior greenhouses with those. But since we don't have access to food, we can't plant anything. I've also noticed several other pieces have been disabled within the PTS, so I don't have access to the Chinese bunker, which would be nice because I'm sure everyone's going to build a bunker and then throw the hatch that this leads into. You know, makes sense. You can set up walls in here, so let's see. You can there see my stored budget. So you can set up the walls, and they do clip. So like all my walls here are clipped. You can or snapped. You can turn snapping off though and free place them, and then you can place the doors to other shelters. So you can see we have a door to lead to the atrium and a door to lead to the lobby. What they don't have is a door to lead to the utility room. So this is the standard utility room entrance, and it's the only entrance to get to the utility room. I really wish they had done one of these doors, because then you could really link everything together. But yeah, so you don't have any resources, we don't have any food, any water. So we're really limited in some of the pieces we can put down. We still have access to pretty much everything else under these tabs. My miscellaneous structures. This is something new. So apparently we're getting some super mutant stuff. So I wish I had this unlocked now because it would look great in this experimentation room. But yeah, so here's my little mad scientist lair using the utility room.